What's up, people? We're back with the Monday show. It's been a while since I spoke to you all, and I'm with the good man, Doug the Thug. Douglas Malagon is here, new One Championship commentator in the house. We were chatting after the show on Friday, and we thought it'd be a good idea to recap an exciting
Yeah.
weekend of events, one Friday fights and one Fight Night 35, and also get to know Doug a little bit because you've been with one for a couple months now, right, Doug?
Yeah, I want to say going on almost 4 months now, I
Oh,
think
geez,
it's been.
time flies.
Yeah. Time flies, man, especially with that job. It's a blast, you know,
It is
thank
a
you for
blast.
having me on, bro.
Of course, yeah. We want to get to know you a little bit as well. That's the purpose of the show. So we'll be asking Doug some questions. If you have any questions for Doug, please get them in the chat before we, yeah,
Shoot.
recap all the drama. It was a very good weekend. Just quick thoughts, Doug, on the weekend. You were obviously commentating on Friday. What did you think?
Bangers. I mean, the first part of the card started off kind of a little bit slower, I think, but by the time we got to the fourth or fifth fight, it was like just madness. And then the main event was, I was expecting a knockout, but very high level between those two guys. And I've been waiting for that fight. I was hoping that they weren't going to just scratch it, and they let us all see it. They held on to it once Kulab Dom got better. So I think that was a great main event too.
Yeah, it was. And one Fight Night 35 as well. I thought was a great show, probably one's best show in a long time, maybe even since Japan. I know you went on board with one then, that was March, but yeah, for me, it's probably the best fight night. I know you did one of the fight nights, right? Was it last month or
I
the month
did.
before?
Yeah, I did the last one with Ray and Ursel and your, why am I blanking? George Jarvis, G Unit. How could I forget
Yeah,
George G Unit Jarvis? Ray and Ursel came out and just blasted him first round. I was shocked. I was shocked by that, but that dude is a savage.
absolutely. Well, we're going to dive deeper into it, but first, yeah, I wanted to get into Doug and your story. For people who don't know you, what brought you to Thailand in the first place? I think you told me you've been there for 3 years now, and you work with a lot of top athletes in Pattaya, such as
Yeah.
Ferrari, Vertex. You're working with Shea Cohen, when Smilla when she was there, and many others, right?
Yeah. Now I got Sinsamut Klinmi, Sajad Satari, one of my main guys. Just a lot of guys that fight on One Friday Fights and One Championship now. So it's like a dream job for me, both the guys that I get to work with and then getting to help them get ready for fights and then calling fights. So it's a blast, bro. But yeah, I've been here 3 years. I originally started. I moved from San Francisco, California. Um, like everyone else, the pandemic just killed my industry back home. So we're just kind of trying to figure out, me and my girlfriend, we're trying to kind of figure out our next steps. If we want to stay there, ride it out. But don't know if you follow San Francisco that much, but the city hasn't quite rebounded still. So we were like, let's just do something fun. Let's just go to Thailand for a little bit, like maybe a little hiatus before we, I don't know, relocate somewhere. I was thinking about moving back down to SoCal. I have family down there, and I was like, you know what? Let me go to Thailand for a little bit, get some fighting in, just live the life out there, live the dream, and the rest is history. That was already now almost going on 4 years ago now. So we just like it a lot. Stayed here and keep getting good opportunities. So we're just kind of riding the wave right now.
So were you doing things like strength and conditioning in California at the time?
Yeah. I've actually been a strength coach or trainer for 16 years now. I started when I was just 19 years old, straight into it. Just worked in like some of the big gyms that we have back in America, like LA Fitness is a big club we have there. Just working with like general population clients for the most part for a few years. Then after 5 years, we ended up in San Francisco, and I just kept growing and kept doing more and more education. And then yeah, it just never stopped, and it's turned into this life career of mine now, and I love it, and I've committed my life to it. And I never thought that I'd be working with athletes. I always kind of just thought that I would stick to more general population, target some people that have money for memberships. I think that can be one of the hard things when you're getting into it, is like dealing with fighters, you know, whether they have money to train, figuring out if you're going to sponsor them or if it's a good fit, if you work for the gyms, whatever. But yeah, so it's been a blast. So now I've got like, I think almost 30 something guys that I work with right now out here in Pattaya. And so I do that all week. And then on the weekends, I go to Lumpini on Friday, and we call the fights, and it's just a blast, bro. So I'm living the dream.
Yeah, I was joking with you. You don't get the pleasure of staying with the Best Western. You had to head straight back after the show to Pattaya, 2 a.m. You get back or something crazy, right?
Oh man, it's, you know, one of those things where they count on me to drive the workouts. So I got to come back and train with guys on Saturday. So got to make sure I don't skip. But I had to take some time off because of that last fight night that I did, though, because it is on Saturday in Thailand. So other than that, yeah, almost every day we're on it. So just straight back to Pattaya. It's about at nighttime, Nick, it's not as bad because there's no traffic though. So like, I think we were talking about it. Sometimes though, you can get a crazy cab driver, and if it's raining, it can be a hectic car ride home, bro. And you're like delirious from working all day. So yeah, it makes for a lot of cool stories or sketchy stories.
It's crazy dedication. So obviously, when I said you work with fighters earlier, you're not teaching them how to commentate. You are strength coach, but how is commentating? How did you come into that? You know, has this been something you've been doing in your career as well, or something new?
Yeah, over almost, you know, I would say like going on almost 2 years. I started. You've heard of Road to One, Thailand. Fairtex has a show at Lumpini where they put that on, and then every week they put on shows. So I started there. I've also worked at other stadiums too, like Rajdamnern, and yeah, I just started getting a lot of reps and a lot of experience from the guys that gave me some opportunities. One of my mentors was Matt Lucas. You know who Matt Lucas is?
I've got his book right here. Actually, I'm gonna.
There you go. His new one.
Yeah, he was kind enough to send me a couple of copies, and I still haven't read it. I'm sorry, Matt. I've been so damn busy. I do plan on reading it, and I'm going to give it a big plug on my socials. But we'll start with this now. Yeah, it's called Muay Thai: The Complete Insider's Guide to Training, Fighting, and Business by Matt Lucas.
There you go.
There he is on the
Shout
back.
out to Matt Lucas.
Shout out to Matt. He's a lovely guy. I've had some good nights out with him, and he's always entertaining. And I kind of skimmed it a little bit, and I can already see it's full of very interesting tales and advice. You know, Matt's walked the walk as well, hasn't he?
Yeah. And he's one of my mentors that helped me get over here. Obviously, when I was at Fairtex, he was helping me, and my partner, she does social media for some companies that sell gear, MMA Warehouse, but he helped her with some early opportunities and giving her some advice and guidance on the social media stuff, as well as getting me into commentating, him and my other friend, Joe Comerford. So those guys got me into it, and
love Joe. Shout out Joe too.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Good dudes, man.
Yeah. I love Matt. Great dude. And so you fought as well?
Yeah. I was on some of the circuits at Lumpini, like Super Champ, Fairtex Fight. Raja has a show called Knockout. Yeah. So I did about 3 years of fighting here professionally.
Is that something you want to continue, go back to, or is it all commentary and strength training now?
You know, right now I've taken a break from it. I had a pretty rough, my 2 last fights were pretty rough. I got some fight of the night bonuses though, and fighter of the night bonuses. So they were some scraps, but yeah, I was in the hospital after, and I had not a completely detached retina, but it was torn, and I was having struggles with that for a while. So I've just been on the mend, trying to get my body back. And I don't think my partner was too excited about my last 2 fights. So right now I'm just kind of letting my body recover, and we'll see what the future holds.
Well, very interesting tales. Yes,
Yeah.
I do recommend you. Where can people find you, by the way? You don't have your handle on your name, but is it? I have you on Instagram. It's Muay Thai Dougie, isn't it?
It's Muay Thai Dougie. Muay Thai Dougie. You guys can find me on there.
Yes, very
yeah,
interesting.
just
Man. I was following you before you became a commentator. So when I saw you, I did a bit of a double take. I didn't realize you'd started commentating because I don't always watch the Friday fights. I think I'd missed the first couple episodes you'd done, and there it is.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Well deserved. Yeah, life is funny sometimes, isn't it?
It is super funny. And then speaking of Matt, how he got me into it as well, he let me contribute to his new book. So there's like a couple pieces in there about strength and conditioning and weight cutting as well. So that was cool. I got to contribute to his book.
Where can people get the book? Yeah, I want to give more of a plug to this. I can't wait.
I think I think he told me it's on Amazon. So yes. Yeah,
I do recommend it.
If you guys want to figure out how to get to Thailand, man, that's got all the answers in there.
Yeah, it's sort of a practical guide, isn't it, to people who want to come over and see if this lifestyle is for them. So, but also just some great tales, and yeah, it looks very interesting from what I've read briefly already. But I have 2 copies, so maybe we can do a giveaway on the channel, and I'll send one to someone. I don't know.
There you go.
What can we do? We need some criteria to decide a winner.
Make them do a fight pick.
A quiz. Oh, a fight pick's a good idea. How about
yeah. Who's next?
What's the best way to do it? We'll think of it, and then maybe before the end of the show we can, or if you have a suggestion in the chat how we can award this book to someone, bring it up. But yeah, Anonymous here. Shout out to Anonymous, one of my members. I really appreciate all the members. If you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a member. Every little helps me pay my contributors and get around town. It's not, I mean, it's not the most expensive place, Thailand, but sometimes the bills rack up. But anyway, as you know, Doug, I really enjoy the current commentary team, Anonymous says, on Friday Fights and Fight Night. 3 people in there on the Friday Fights is great. Yeah, are you enjoying that team, Doug? You, Mitch, and Sarah, I believe.
Yeah, now we got Sarah, obviously Mitch leading the charge for the team, but we also have Brian McGrath. And I think Achilles may be taking a break. I'm not sure. I know Achilles is really big. You know who Achilles is?
Of course. We love Achilles.
Yeah. I think he's got some projects. He's like making a movie or something right now, bro. He's real busy. So we'll see if he wants to come back after that. But the team's been great. Good vibe. And it's easy to call fights. Like, it's almost like, you know, watching fights with your friends. The fights are so good. Like, it's definitely the easiest. You know, I've worked on shows and at places before where, you know, if the fighting is not at that high of a level and it gets slow, it can be a little difficult to work the commentary. But places like One Friday Fights, it's madness, man. And the crowd's going in there. It's just craziness. It's epic.
When I watch it on TV, because often I'm in the stadium, right? So I don't hear the commentary unless someone's super loud, like Ray Flores was. But when I listen to the commentary on the times I'm watching broadcast, it seems like so quiet compared to the crowd. Can you guys even hear each other over the noise? Because it does get so loud in there on those Fridays, especially.
Yeah, we can't. I mean, they have really nice equipment for us, and the headphones are really good. But there are like some days when it's rocking where you might have to turn that knob up a bit to hear yourself and the team. But yeah, it's good. It's really exciting, and it brings out your energy too. Because as a commentator, you want to have that energy and help the fans enjoy it more and make it a better experience. But you know, it's just like sometimes you almost get a little too carried away. You know, you got to stay within yourself a bit if you know you're freaking out over these fights and there's like multiple knockdowns and these guys are going crazy. So Yeah, it's a blast.
It is. A story of the fight. Another one of my members, shout out Story of the Fight, was asking, I'd love to know if Doug has any golden rules when commentating. Do you, Doug?
Any golden rules? Referencing what? I'm kind of wondering. Well, one, you definitely don't curse, so don't be using any profanities there. It's got to be appropriate for the family and all ages, you know. So definitely don't slip out any profanities. I think that's one of the things when I first started. I was worried, like if I get really excited and then if you're imagine watching fights with your boys at a bar or something and your guys just talking loosely, you might slip something, but that's probably an obvious one though. Keep it as PG as possible and professional. Other than that, not really. Just I think you really have to do your homework for each fighter too, to make sure that you give them their shine in the best way possible, because these fighters work so hard. They commit their whole lives to this. So like, you know, you want to make sure that you do your homework and you study a lot about each fighter, the fight card, and give them a chance, or give the fans a chance to like get to really know who these guys are, both as the amazing fighters that they are, but then also like with their story, because every fighter also has a unique story, right? So just making sure that you can capture as much of that as possible within the time that they walk to the ring, if you can, you know. So yeah,
I think we talked about it the other night after the show. Michael Owens, he helps prep you, right? He gets a lot of information, puts it into digestible chunks. Good friend of me and the channel. But what's it like working with him?
He is amazing. One of the nice things about working with these guys at One Championship is they give you so many resources, and they have the biggest fight nerds on the team who know like just the craziest, you know, like some detail you wouldn't even think about, like, you know, what their favorite type of, I don't know, ramen would be, or so just like they have all the answer, and the stat sheets go so far. So it's never a problem to have enough information from these guys, especially someone like Michael, and he can walk you through kind of, maybe in the case like someone like me who's newer, and there's a fighter who you haven't called for yet, and you don't know as much about their background, he'll just fill in all the stuff that you need to make sure that you're fully prepped, and then also like what's at stake, you know. So much data. It's nice.
Yeah, good dude. A nice comment here. Nicolo's suggesting we do an open weight Grand Prix for the book. Complicated. I don't know how we're gonna do it. Maybe, rack your brains. Everyone in the chat, or whether it's just a simple I pick a winner, but that seems corrupt. I don't know. Maybe I can put everyone's name in the hat, draw them out. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But I want to get into the fights. So where should we start, Doug? You want to do Friday and then Saturday, or Saturday and Friday? I know you were back. You were back in Pattaya. I don't know if you saw the fights, right?
I did. I watched them. I had them on. All the fighters love. So I'll bring my iPad, and I have a nice magnet clip to the gym. I'll let them watch the fights while we're training at some points, you know. So they want to know, because you know some of the guys that I'm training want like rematches with some people. Like I have a guy, Parham, and he like had to watch Rambo fight, you know. So yeah, we watched them.
Yes. Okay, that's good. Yeah, let's start with Fight Night 35. Then we'll put this on screen. Bear with me. There it is. Just one's website. There it is. So obviously the main event. I guess we can start there. Jackie Boontan versus Stella Hemmetsberger. Bit of a shock. Stella walking out with the strawweight Muay Thai belt, which was vacant after Smiller left. So I guess that was interesting for you. That was another angle, another tangent of interest for you, Doug, right? Having worked with Smiller.
Yeah, Samila is she's a beast, bro. So I was curious, who was gonna snatch up this belt, man. But I got to be honest, I think there's a lot of people who were shocked that Stella scored those knockdowns that early as well. Very impressive, and a very odd way to score, like missing the kick. I've seen the kick punch where you draw the leg back and punch, but she was like missing and then turned and hit those knockdowns from such an odd angle. And that just shows you those 4-ounce gloves are no joke.
Yeah, I have a nice clip from my Instagram here showing the knockdowns. So yeah, I was very shocked because you don't often see Jackie. I don't think I've ever seen a knockdown in her. She's had 7 or 8 fights in one now. I can't recall. I mean, Smiller busted her up, but if I recall, I don't think she got knocked down. Maybe I'm talking absolute garbage, but it was. I remember she was badly bruised afterwards, but yeah, Stella dropped her twice off the lean. She was leaning back, and I spoke to Brian Popejoy, Jackie's coach from Boxing Works after. He said, that's something she's always done. So kudos to Phuket Fight Club, Leo Elias. There it is. You see the first one for recognizing that. And yeah, Stella for capitalizing it. And, that basically swung the whole fight because it was I've got the scorecard here as well. That was a 10-7 round across all 3 cards, Ricky, Abby, and Ian. And then they all had Jackie winning 2 and 3 and 5. But the pivotal round, it seems, was Stella winning a 4th round. If Jackie had won that, she would win the fight. So 47-46 across the board. Pretty valiant comeback from Jackie, though, Doug, right?
Yeah, she was pushing it. She was trying to find some answers, but and Stella's nose was clearly so busted up. She was leaking. So I was wondering if, the damage was also going to sway a little bit more. But yeah, kudos to Stella Hemmetsberger. And I believe that was her first contracted fight too, right?
It was, she's in fairly rare company.
What a step up.
Yeah, I think there's a cool stat. I put it on Instagram. Both her and Alicia both won Muay Thai world titles in their first fight in one championship. I know Stella had a few on Friday fights, but we're talking the main one championship. This was her debut. Stella and Alicia beat Stab Fairtex in 2020. I think it was, yes, in an empty Bangkok arena, Impact Arena, sorry. Craziness. I'm not sure how many other fighters have done that in one. I can think maybe Alexis Nicholas did it to Regan Ursel. Probably there's some others, but it seems like quite a rare thing and a cool stat, but very impressive. Yeah, her nose was badly busted up. Maybe we were taking pictures of her at the end in the media room after interviews with her team, and then they had to stop because just like start dripping blood out the nose.
Just kept leaking.
Yeah.
Way to stay composed. I was speaking just the game planning, though. You're right, of Coach Leo over there at Phuket Fight Club. Very clearly, they're very smart. They know what they're doing. They know what they're good at, and I think that makes such a huge difference. I was at the sauna and I was talking to Chris Forster, the one of the head trainer over there at Team Medi's Etude, and he was like, "Yeah, watching that fight, Stella." He was talking about how that got his wheels spinning about the game plan because just like you were saying with Jackie and her coach Brian, that's like one of her signature things is she has that super smooth lean back, like she almost looks like she's like floating on air and she's so quick, and then she just comes back and pops people, and that's just a crazy way to identify maybe that could be an opening of Stella swinging her kicks, Jackie leaning back and then trying to come right back and countering and then catching her with her own trick. That's some next level game planning right there, bro, at the highest level.
It really was, and it basically kind of banked her the win. Do you think maybe she took the foot off the pedal a bit because you've got a 10-7, so if you win one more round, you're the champ basically, unless you get knocked out. But I don't know if she took her foot off the gas or whether Jackie stepped it up. Combination of the two.
Yeah, I think I was surprised. I can't remember quite that clearly how much time was actually left in that first round after she scored the first 2 knockdowns. I was expecting her to
like
just like
the belt pretty much went after
after
Olivier resumed the fight after the second one. So who knows?
after
She
the
could
second
have
one. Okay.
got the third one, if there'd been another minute. But it didn't seem like
Yeah.
Jackie was dazed from them. She just got caught twice the exact same way, pretty much. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. She did look a little wobbly. I saw she looked a little kind of like Bambi a little bit after the first one. I think took her a moment to collect herself, but I think I was surprised that in the second round she didn't try to come back a little stronger after getting those 2 knockdowns, but maybe because she's been in the 5 rounders before, she kind of had a plan.
She's wobbling a bit there. This second one though, it seems like he just caught her off guard, and then I'm not sure Stella would have. I mean, if Stella had got a third knockdown after another lean back, that would have been ridiculous from Jackie to even attempt that lean back again. But wow, I feel
very impressive.
It was very impressive, and I take nothing away from Stella. She's also a really cool person, Stella, and Jackie is too. I think they're both lovely people. I was very happy for Stella. I don't think many people gave her a chance. She was an underdog, but she's very.
Did she give you any potential opponents that she would want to maybe fight next?
She was pretty.
Probably just living in the moment.
Yeah, I think you got to allow them to live the moment in times like that. And I always ask, but then they usually say, I can't even think of anything right now. And I don't push too hard. I think most things that make sense is Jackie rematch, whether it's Muay Thai or Stella goes for the second belt. I would probably be tempted to do the Muay Thai rematch because, I think Jackie did enough to. I think Jackie warranted it. It wasn't like she got steamrolled after that first round. So it was a great fight as well. Maybe do it on a bigger card at Impact Arena next time they go there. I don't know if that's happening anytime soon, but why not? I thought it was a great main event. Really, really was. It was superb. I think the chat enjoyed it as well. When are they going to let Petjija fight Muay Thai Magician under the moonlight? Well, Petjija's back at Venom now, so who knows? Could be soon. Alicia talking about going to MMA though as well. So who knows? Maybe that belt will be. They have to do that fight before Alicia goes to MMA because I think Alicia wants to permanently go to MMA. So we have to see Alicia versus Petjija. Who would you think wins that though?
That's a hard one. Petjija's just, her hands are so nice. We just saw her, Mitch, Brian, and I. We went over for a workout over there the other day, last week. I think it was last week. It's time, like you said, time flies. But saw her back there, and she was just beating up on dudes, sparring. I was like, this girl's amazing. But I would love to see that fight. But Alicia is just so strong, bro. She's so strong and so calm under fire, and just round by round, she just gets stronger and stronger. So I think all the fans would love to see that. So hopefully she's not done yet with him. Maybe she could switch back and forth. Maybe she could go MMA fights, come back, do a Muay Thai fight. That'd be epic.
Yeah, I hope so. But I think Leo said she wants to. Alicia wants to go permanently. Yeah, like they want to. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But Chami Boy pointing out Sua Kim seemed to have the same issue before with the lean back getting clipped afterward. And story of the fight saying Jackie made the adjustment and even landed her own counter to Stella's lean back counter later in the fight. Great fight. It was a great fight. It was superb. I'd love to talk more about it, but I want to get through a few more of these fights. So co-main event, Shadow and Vampara Kuyate was pretty gutted. I wasn't in the stadium for this one. so I had to get my guy to send me the footage.
Mm.
I was backstage interviewing someone, I can't remember who it was, but yeah, the spinning back fist from hell from Shadow. I thought straight away when I saw it, because I was watching it on TV. I think I was with Ruotolo or something, but yeah, I just saw it looked like his orbital. I've seen pictures of Vampire he posted today. I think his eyes super swollen up. I don't know. You're a fighter, Doug. What did it look like to you?
Yeah, it looked like, maybe you're right. It looked like something with an orbital, or could have just been super dazed there. But hope that, isn't he a model? Hope that doesn't hurt his hope that doesn't hurt his modeling career. Maybe it'll make him look more tough. Maybe, but yeah, that spinning back fist was nasty, and that's a massive win for him because he was ranked number 2, right?
Yes, I feel for Vampire because he was ranked number 2. I think he had a title shot pretty much locked up against Tawanchai, and they were talking about that fight for a while, and then silence, and then they booked this fight, and then everyone's like, what the hell? And then Tawanchai comes out doing a kickboxing fight on the tent pole, and he says he wants to go back after Noiri again, so it looks like Tawanchai is going to stay in kickboxing for a bit. So I feel for Vampire. I feel for Shadow now as well, because I don't know when that division is going to get resolved. I'd like to see an interim title if Tawanchai is going to be gone for 6 months doing kickboxing stuff. So we'll see. But I think Shadow deserves it. This was a great win for him. I do love Shadow.
I think that was so cool how they brought his mom in the ring there. That seemed like a real special moment for him.
I saw some quotes after that. He was saying his mom and him used to work every day in some horrible job, making barely any money, and he said, so if I was sick I could rest, but my mother never could, and this is for her. $50,000 bonus for him. It is cool. And he told me in the interview after, he never thrown a harder spinning back fist. But yes, he also told me, as he did say on the mic in the ring there, yes, Tawanchai is the goal next. He says, if Chatchery thinks that I am worth the title shot, I am ready. Every fight, I'll do my best. He doesn't give you like the greatest soundbite, but he's very straightforward.
I don't even think, funny story about him. I was in Scotland doing some Muay Thai seminars for some sponsored seminars from the government. And he was one of the trainer assistants. So we would have the seminar coaches, the highlighted coaches or the featured coaches. One of them was like Sanchai and Nico Carrillo. And then he was there just kind of walking around the crowd, helping out with the techniques that were being taught. And I don't think many people realized that he was there or who he was. And I was like, these guys don't even know they're getting tips from top 5 or, fighter in the world. That's, I don't even realize, but I'm in there like taking selfies with him, like, this guy's Shadow, bro.
That's crazy.
It's funny, but so calm demeanor, like just very chill, very nice guy. But you can just feel the like power there through his eyes, the way he looks at you. You're like, dude, I would not want to get in there and fight this man.
Yeah, very laid back, but so cool, such a badass. And Tetsuya asking, it might have been Tetsuya actually who translated those quotes from Shadow from Thai when he was in the ring. I don't know. Thanks, Tetsuya. I saw it somewhere on the internet. I can't remember. Tetsuya asking, what do you think about Tawanchai versus Shadow? So, do you want to see that fight? I guess it is the fight to make, but how do you see it going?
Oh, that's tough too. I mean, Tawanchai is just a kicking, I know Superlex's nickname is the kicking machine, but Tawanchai is he's so dangerous. He's just a master at managing space, which why, the way that Masaaki Noiri stopped him was just such a shock, obviously, to everybody. But I think if Shadow could work his way in and use that power, that would be the fight. You know, it'd be power versus the technician. So I don't know. And if it was in small gloves, you know, Shadow's even more dangerous. So that one, like, I feel like it's too hard to call who would take that one. But you might have to edge it out towards the towards the current champ, though. You know,
we'll see. But yeah, I can't wait for that one when it does happen. I just hope they keep Shadow busy with something. But you know, happy for him finally getting his 50K bonus after the frustration with the fight against Eunice Raba, when that was a no contest on his main roster debut. Eunice has actually been texting me on Instagram. He wants to do an interview or a podcast. So, but I said I got Doug tonight. Maybe we can do Wednesday. He wants to call.
I got it over Eunice.
Yeah, he wants to challenge Shadow for an interim title, which ties nicely to this comment from Story of the Fight, saying this could have been for an interim belt. This fight, I think it could have. Yeah, I was saying similar. I don't know whether I was saying it just two people around the hotel or on something on my work. I can't remember. Story of the Fight also bummed we didn't get Bambara title shot after he KO'd Smoking Joe. Hate when guys lose shots to the end. Yeah, and Smoking Joe didn't get his title shot against Tawanchai, the trilogy rematch in Atlanta, because he then got smoked by Superbon. It's been this featherweight division. Yeah, a lot of guys have been unlucky.
It's stacked.
So, yeah, you can't pause for a minute, right? You can never take for granted if you have a title shot, because someone's coming up behind you, and Nico Carrillo's got a new fight signed. I think I know who that is now. Can't say it, but an interesting one, unless they've announced it already. But I don't think they have. Yeah, what a division! Probably my favorite division. Would you agree?
Featherweight.
Yeah, I think so. For me, it is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, flyweight.
Flyweight
runs it close, but.
Yeah, I think so. There's just so many superstars, you know, and they're all just. It's like any matchup they make is just a mega event. So, I think we're spoiled with the featherweight division for sure.
Absolutely. We'll get back onto the card. We've got to get through a few fights here quickly. But yeah, that was a great fight. I thought it would go longer than that. I'm just sad for Ben Power. Anyway, what do we got here? I'm just seeing what my own reaction is. Akbar Abdullayev TKO's Ibrahim Dawev with ground and pound after dropping him in the third round. Well, the story here, he smashed him. He is extremely impressive, but he's starting to have an issue, isn't he? He cannot make weight hydrated. There's 2 fights in a row this year now. The first one cost him the lightweight, the featherweight MMA title. I say lightweight, he's gonna have to go up to lightweight, I think, maybe now. But impressive nonetheless, Doug, right?
Yeah, he looks unbeatable at what he's been doing, but you're right. It's the weight that, you know, he needs your boy. Where's your boy? He needs to get on that nutrition program, man.
Yes, condition nutrition. Peter Miller had 5 people on the card. So yeah, maybe it should have been. I think he had Ibrahim, who's Akbar's opponent there, and Ibrahim was missing weight every month, twice earlier this year, I remember, and then he even went up from bantamweight to featherweight, and then missed again, and then he finally saw sense, brought Pete in, and now he's made weight his last 2 fights, no problem. So Akbar, better call Pete. All right,
give him a call, dude.
Yeah, I don't have too much to say about that fight. This one though,
that's just oh yeah, Rambo Lek, dude, so sharp. I think he might be one of my favorite fighters. I mean, just so talented, so sharp, power.
Yeah, the crowd loves him.
He can go forward. He can go forward. He can go. He's got that rapper sponsoring him. He's got it all right now.
I forgot. Yeah, Millie was there backstage, and I got some cool content of those two. I forgot to even put it out, but I imagine all the ties did it anyway already. But I have no idea what they were saying. Not sure if she speaks English, but But yeah, Rambolek's pretty cool. He's had a resurgence. You know, he came through with a lot of hype from Friday fights. I remember watching when he got his contract. I was there, and then it didn't go according to plan, did it? He had a couple of bad losses.
Was he the first one to get a contract? Is that his story?
He was among, I think, maybe the second or the first, but
okay.
Yeah, very early. And everyone thought, yeah, well, this guy's going to be superstar, and just didn't really go that way. He lost a couple of big fights. He lost to Asa 10 Pow in Singapore. Got knocked out in the third. That was a crazy fight. And Asa had a broken arm when he knocked him out with his head kick and then a right hook. Lost to Faria Aminapur, rest in peace as well, on a Friday fights. That was a tent pole, who was very highly rated as well, so no shame in that. Still very young as well, so. And I love Asa 10 Pow. I think Asa is very good, so it's not like there's any shame in that, but it was a bit of shock. And then he came back. He went back down to Friday fights to fight Sona Sen, rebuild his confidence a little bit. That was about a year and a half ago. Then he came back to Fight Night about a year ago, got a decision against Craig Coakley, and looked a little nervy, but then he just turned it up in that Parham fight, your boy, which I was shocked at, because Parham's been killing everyone on Friday fights, and then he smashed Kovtun here with the left hook, and Dmitry Kovtun's been doing pretty well as well. He beat Stuart Black, I think it was, and yeah, he's no joke. He's had a resurgence himself, so fair play to old Rambolek. And he was calling for Haggerty after, I think. Yeah, I put this clip up. I was a little surprised.
I saw you asking him.
Yeah.
I saw you asking him about Asa 10 Pow, and he was like, not having it. He's like, I want Haggerty.
Yeah. Asa commented on my reel or something of his knockout, saying, yeah, I'm waiting for your little brother. And yeah, he seemed to shrug that idea off. He says, I want to fight higher, not lower. So we'll see. I think Ace is a good fight. Because let's be honest, Rambolek's not going to get Haggerty. Haggerty's tied up with Nabil in Japan, it sounds like, and he's got a kickboxing belt as well. So I think Rambolek will have to fight someone else first. And Asa is a good fight, and Asa holds the win over him. So yeah, I think it's a good. If I'm a matchmaker, I probably go for that. But anyway, Chester's here saying, shit, you got Doug on and I can't listen because I'm sitting in a doctor's office. Shout out to Doug and his commentary. Great addition to the broadcast. I'll listen later. Thanks, Chester. Another one of my members. Shout out. Also, I hope you did okay at the doctors. Yeah. And please do watch it back. But also, stay safe out there. And Chester adds, also, how good is Akbar? For fuck's sake. Okay, bye. Yeah, he is very good. I do love Akbar. I just hope he could make weight. Yeah, I hope he gets with Peter Miller from Condition Nutrition.
I think it's just normal when you get to that level. You should have a coach for each department now. You shouldn't have to try to manage that like you're an amateur or a lower level pro. You got so much at stake. It's just worth having somebody just do it for you and do it the right way.
Yes. He's been bouncing around the gyms as well a little bit. He had he's just turned up at Superbond's gym now, very recently. So that's new, and we'll see if that takes his game to the next level. But Anonymous thinks Rambolek is ducking Asa, and also Anonymous likes Millie. She's pretty cool. I like her. So she sponsors Rambolek. You may remember her if you watched 170. She did a Taiwan Chai's entrance on the stage. It was a pretty cool moment. Yes.
She had a fight too, not on one, but did
I
you see
can't
that?
remember. I didn't see it. I saw, pictures of stuff, but I don't remember what promotion it was. Yeah, but that's pretty cool.
She was at Fairtex for I think a good month or two, preparing
nice.
for it. So it was interesting. I'm wondering. I thought they were going to do a whole little documentary or something, but I'm sure they did something.
Yeah, it was good to see she's bringing a lot of attention to Muay Thai and to one championship as well, and to Rambalek. So I love to see it. Alive Bread asking, how do you see Alaverdi versus Dernchon on Friday? Is that this week? Yeah,
that's this week. It's the feature
what do you reckon,
bout.
Doug?
Alaverdi, he's had a long time off, but he was such a killer. I mean, so we'll see. I mean, I did see him a month or two back, and he looked like he wasn't close to the weight that he used to fight. But I did see a clip the other day on Instagram, and he's shed the weight fast. So I think if he comes back in shape, I think somebody who's already fought at such a high level, I don't know if there's going to be that much ring rust. And we don't know much about Dernchon yet on one, so I'm curious how he adjusts to the small gloves. I think it's his debut on One Friday Fights, so we'll see. It's going to be a banger, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll probably do a little preview of that show on Wednesday, so we'll include that. Anonymous here saying how much he loves Millie again. Yes, great Thai rap songs. I don't think I've listened to any of them other than the one that she did for Tamachai, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. I want to get back to these fights, so I got to get through them. Okay, so what do we have before that? God, what's happened? All right, here we are. That's Rambalek. Oh, Ty Ruotolo and Adrian Lee. My goodness. So this is the aftermath where everyone's trying to bring Adrian to. Been choked out by Ty. Kind of felt for Ty because his victorious moment is taken, because Adrian didn't tap, so he just passed out. There's a moment of concern. Ty didn't really get to have that big celebration. I'm sure he didn't mind too much, but he still got the win. Just a really fun fight, and I've got the finish. I posted it today. You can see Christian Lee throws in the towel. This is the thing that story of the fight pointed out to me. I didn't realize at the time, but there it is. Yeah, great. What did you make of it, Doug?
It was interesting. I was really excited to see how he was going to make his MMA debut, and he even talked about it himself. I think I was watching your interview with him, and he was like, "Yeah, I didn't even know how I was going to go out there, what I was going to start doing, but you could see him testing his striking a little bit in the second round." And I was like, "All right, I like to see it," because obviously, with him being just the monster that he is with jiu-jitsu, you would assume that he would just go straight, to the grappling. So. Pretty impressive win, but I thought I saw Lee tap in the video. I thought he did tap, but so I guess he just must have went to sleep after.
I haven't seen it. I had a very terrible vantage point, as you can see from my video, right in that blind spot there, and I was shifting along the row. I was like moving people out my way, trying to get a better angle, but
yeah,
I didn't really see what happened. But rear naked choke, Ty sunk it in. Adrian passed out. As the story of the fight says, gutted. What a fight, though. Ty didn't have the energy to celebrate. He was about to throw up. Story of the fight also thinks he tapped as he went out. Anonymous says the fight's immensely better than I expected. Remind me of one's golden MMA. Yeah, it's been a while since I had so much anticipation for an MMA fight in one, and that's kind of sad. But Muay Thai has become the big thing, and kickboxing as well now. Even grappling I think gets more attention than MMA these days. So this was really fun. It's a reminder of what one can do when it builds up its own MMA stars. And I hope they do more of this. I was a little bit worried about the matchmaking. I thought you're gonna kind of kill one of your two big prospects here, but I think Adrian doesn't lose anything with the loss. Does that make sense? He's still put on a good show.
No. I mean, going up against somebody like Ty, I mean, you could see too, once he decided, okay, now I need to just finish this with the jiu-jitsu. He's just a beast, so I think props to Adrian for, a tough fight, and we'll see. I wonder who they give Ty next, though.
Yeah. Well, I asked him, I'm not sure if I put the clip up yet. I'll put it up tomorrow, but I said, yeah, what about Christian Lee then? He said, well, I'm confident I could beat anyone in the world. If they gave me Christian Lee, I'll fight him. I don't know if they will do that straight away. I think Christian's got business to handle first. But yeah, Tai Ruotolo is immediately a player in lightweight and welterweight, I guess. I mean, he's been grappling in
and with the striking, I did see moments where he was switch hitting. He was going orthodox, and then all of a sudden he'd be southpaw. And I was like, okay, this is really interesting coming from a jiu-jitsu guy. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah, he talked a bit about that. He's been working on that striking, and he's been saying it for the last year at least. I've been talking to him and Cade about MMA, and they're like, dude, gonna make my MMA debut. Trust me, bro. Like, okay, cool. I just thought they were talking shit, but they then it became real. We saw Cade do 3 fights, but Cade, I would say Cade's opponent level were like what I would expect they would give him. They were, giving him favorable matchups. Not that he needs it, I think, but let him test the waters, and he blew all 3 guys away. So I was a little shocked when they gave Ty Adrian Lee, who's looked very impressive. Although again against favorable opponents, but he's blown them away. But yeah, they look like scary dudes, and it's not just the jiu-jitsu. It looks like they've got some hands and technique. So interesting to say the least. Story of the fight. This fight was peak for me. Great storylines, brothers in the corners, frantic pace, drama at the end. Both stocks go up, and both guys have room to grow. Great stuff all around. Ty did so good. Anonymous says, I hope they don't rush him. To Christian, I think, yeah, everyone loved it all around. I did. But yeah, we'll move on. I can talk about this fight all day, but yeah, we've got some more fights to get through. Someone is saying though, Adrian tapped 3 times. Is that correct? He tapped to the armbar, tapped to the choke before Cost reset, and then tapped very end before passing out. I need to watch it again, but I remember Ty was screaming at Olivier. You could hear it, like, let me finish him. And they were joking about it in the lobby of the hotel after. But I don't know if Olivier missed the taps. I felt bad for Olivier. He was reffing the whole card. Yeah, I think he did the same last month when you were commentating, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Guys pulled all morning effort. Yeah. 8 fights. So crazy. Yeah. But I'll need to watch that back.
I also think he was working on Friday. I think he did some of them on Friday as well. So
he gets his 3-4 hours sleep. Feel for the dude, having just flown all the way from France as well. A long way. So yes, apparently Adrian almost armbarred Ty in the first. Oh yeah, I think I saw a picture of that. It was crazy.
That would be wild.
Yeah, but the first few minutes was so tense. I remember my heart was racing. But then I think Ty just got on top of him at one point and kind of had his thighs around Adrian's neck and was just raining down. I think Adrian was just trying to hit him with like up kicks as well at one point before that. And they landed pretty good. Ty was telling me, a few of them landed. It's a good interview with Ty, actually. If you haven't seen it, guys, please watch my interview. Some good interviews from this whole event. Adrian Lee versus Ty was more interesting than Comes Out versus DDP. I would say I enjoyed it more. I hope it got some buzz for one in the MMA circles, but yeah, let me crack on quickly with the show.
What else we got?
What do we got? I keep scrolling up. All right, Jojo. Yes, Johan Ghazali smashing my friend Zakaria El-Jamari in the first round. Back in the win column for 18-year-old Jojo. put his finger to his lips, told his haters he's back. What do you make of the whole JoJo phenomenon, Doug?
Yeah, he's just so young, so he has all the time in the world. He just needs to keep getting better, and he's at the right place. He's, with Superbon, and he's got Nango and Trainer Gay and all these guys and helping him level up. So as long as he's got his confidence, I think, the sky is the limit for this kid. But yeah, that was a very impressive first rounder knockout, right? End of round 1.
Yeah, it was.
Smashed him. I mean, pretty impressive.
I think Aljamaari, I love Aljamaari. I just think he's a strawweight. He's not a flyweight. And I was pretty confident this would be the outcome, especially when he told me I'm going to go for the KO after the first, second. It's like, that's not a good strategy with JoJo, really. You don't want to stand with him. But, yeah, like you said, JoJo, a very confident guy. There's a fun clip I just put up earlier where he says some fun things. It's like, I would hate me if he's like, I understand why people hate me. I'd hate me too. I'm rich, handsome, young, and famous. And yeah, jealousy will get you nowhere, he said. It was brilliant. I love this guy's confidence, and I think he's a character, and you need people like that in the industry, and he is a star for one. If you can handle him right, yeah, don't rush him into anything stupid. But this was a good fight for him.
Who did he say he was looking forward to fighting? I didn't catch that.
He wants to fight Dennis Puric next, but Dennis is busy with Takeru, and I don't think Dennis particularly likes him because he calls him old man Puric. Yeah, but he said Dennis is scared of him, and Dennis commented on it somewhere, I think, saying, terrified, bro. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, keep an eye on that rivalry, but we'll see. Yeah, I think that fight probably will happen at some point. But yeah,
it could be a nice storyline. The young phenom taking on the hard hitting vet, dude. That fight would be fun, actually.
It would be, yeah, and I'm sure Dennis would do it at some point. All right, let me get through. Yes, and then another banger: Hugh versus Estupinano.
Oh man.
Oh geez, yeah.
That was the first fight, right?
Yeah, I missed. So I wasn't there for Natalie Salcedo against Macarena Aragon, but she did. I think it was a first round sub armbar Americana thing. Sorry, Natalie, I did not have a clip. We'll talk about that as well. But yes, this fight, the first fight, Hugh just so. I was speaking to Abby, one of the judges, after, and I asked her what were the scorecards like, and I think she said, I think we all had it. Yeah, Estupinano was 2 rounds up until Hugh did this. And Mehdi told me after, I just told Hugh to go for it. You have to leave it all out there. And I'm surprised when fighters don't do what Hugh did here. You see some guys and girls who are so far down the cards and they don't let their hands go in the third round. They don't throw the kitchen sink at it. It was all or nothing for Hugh. And I mean, Doug, do you, as a fighter and someone who works with fighters, is this common, or was Hugh bucking the trend?
Say that again. What are you asking me?
Is it natural for fighters to be conservative when their coach says, you're down? You see it all the time when I'm watching, fight promotions on TV, and the coach is like, you got to go for it in this round. We're down 2, whatever. But they never actually go for it. They just still stay really conservative. But Hugh actually was just like, fuck it, I'm going to go crazy. And I don't know. Yeah. Do you see this in your line of work? Is it difficult to actually let those hands go? Because you've been on that side of things, right? In the ring, where is it that easy to just flick a switch and go for broke?
I think it just depends on the fighter. Some fighters have that capacity, and some just play that game where they like to be on the outside. So if you're a fighter who likes to draw people in and fight defensively, and then your coach tells you to kind of press forward and become the aggressor, yeah, sometimes a lot of guys can have a hard time just letting loose. But I mean, another Japanese, fighter with just amazing hands too. The way that he was piecing together his combos, I think in the end there, kind of showed maybe Estupiñán's background coming from Muay Thai, not as sharp maybe with the hands, maybe more one-off. Like, the Estupiñán bros are so chaotic, I guess you can call their style. They come in, they're jumping around in and out. They even running to the ring, they're flipping. They're super entertaining, but just these Japanese guys have such sharp, clean boxing and kickboxing. So it's like it becomes their realm when, they're exchanging in the pocket there. So I don't know, man. Guy showed he's got some really nice hands, though.
He does. Yes, I was very impressed. I love Hugh. I think he's a future superstar in one. They're very high on him. I remember even from his first fight, the words "next to Kero" were being bandied around by certain people. Yes, he's very good. So no shame in Estupiñán losing, but it was sad. Yeah, he was as a live bred. So he broke down crying, and I was backstage. Yeah, I was going to interview Hugh, and then I just start hearing this sound like, what the hell? Someone wailing. And I you know how it is backstage in the media room, right? And I opened those sliding doors, I went out, turned left towards like where they have the bathrooms, and then Jordan and Estupiñán are just sitting on the floor in the middle of that pit, right in front of like the urinals, and it's just something to laugh. It's not funny. It was really sad actually, because I love the kid, and he's wailing, crying, really sad. And I just knelt down, gave him a hug, patted him on the shoulder. But he was inconsolable. But then I messaged him a bit later. I used Google Translate to some Spanish and just said, like, keep your head up, bro. Like, don't worry about it. You're still a great fighter and you did really well. You'll be back. I think he appreciated that. Sad to see, but it's the others. I feel like those guys, the kids, they're all or nothing, aren't they? The Estupiñán kids.
Oh man, it's chaotic, but so much at stake with those fights too. Once you get the contract and you're there, so I can imagine this got to be heartbreaking. Talking again about people being able to put their foot on the gas when they need to, though. Sometimes with the Friday shows, because that contract is at stake, that like sometimes they throw themselves too far out there, maybe like a little too aggressive, and then you'll see people actually get caught being a little too aggressive. So I don't know, maybe when you get to that stage where you have the contract and you're in the big show, maybe that's why people can be a little hesitant. Maybe there's more for you to lose or more at stake, and it gets in your head. But you're right. Like for somebody like you to be able to just flip that switch and get it done just shows like another level.
Yeah, I think he said to me after that he was happy to win, but he was not happy with his performance at all, and he wants to go away and improve some things. But yeah, he's now looking to get a top 5 fight. I think Magician Under the Moonlight here is saying Hugh versus Taiki Naito. I know Mehdi said the same on my Instagram post today that I put up, a clip of Hugh where he also said he wants to fight Rodtang, but I don't think he'll get the Rodtang fight. Rodtang's busy with Nong O, but yeah, Mehdi commentated there. You can see Taiki versus Hugh, 1173. I would not be averse to that if One Championship want to make it happen. So let's see if it happens. But yes, invest in Hugh stocks. He's gonna take off, I think. So yeah, there was one other fight. Natalie Salcedo armbarring Macarena Aragon first round. I did not have a clip of her story, but I did speak to her and had a little interview I put up today. You can check out the full interview on YouTube, but here is the clip with Nat. I need to refresh the page. Put it up just before I left the house to go to the gym. There she is, saying she'd like a top 5 fight as well, just like Hugh. She wants to get in the Featherweight rankings. I think she'll be in the rankings maybe after that fight. We'll see. But Chihiro Sawada makes sense as a possible opponent. Did you like it, Doug?
Yeah, very impressive. I think that was a first round finish too. You said, right?
Yeah, I
That was one of the
believe it
fights
was
I'm
the
not
first round. It could have been the second, but
looking
I think it
very
was the first.
strong over the Macarena. Was a little bit sad because I liked her opponent. She comes out, her name's Macarena or something,
Yeah.
right? And then she does the Macarena when she
Yeah.
comes out. So, but yeah, very impressive.
Yeah, well, just a great card. Up until that main event, there were 7 finishes from 7 fights, and then we almost had a finish in the first round of the main event, but didn't matter. It was still a cracking main event. So yeah, I would give that show a 9 out of 10, probably. A rating from you, Doug? Can you give it a rating?
Yeah, I could give it a 9 out of 10, maybe like 8.5. I don't know. I thought it was amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
can't be bummed about that fight card. That was action all the way through.
Yeah, it was epic. Anonymous says Macarena has star potential, but unfortunately, times losses. Yeah, she's lost a few now. She was crying as well. But it's something about that spot where the backstage is last time she fought and lost. I saw her there crying uncontrollably. Don't know what it is about the Lumpini toilets. Just get the tears flowing. But yeah, it's quickly do Friday fights. Couple of things, yeah. So you were commentating,
Sure.
Doug. Main event, you already touched on it briefly. What was your thoughts? Kulab Dam Lobo, a little bit disappointing from my perspective.
Yeah, I think I was actually expecting Felipe Lobo to do a little bit better because there are some similarities in the styles of like a Samapet. They're both southpaw, and Kulab Dam southpaw. I think Kulab Dam is more aggressive and comes forward more, and Samapet is not that aggressive, but they definitely have that, like, they'll wait and try to draw their opponents in and then catch them slipping with like a huge left hand. So I thought that Felipe Lobo would have a more effective game plan, but Kulab Dam just looked so strong. Even when he was connecting there, just ringside, Felipe, shelling up, and it was like you could tell it was shocking him, the power, taking some of those shots from Kulab Dam as he walked forward. But it's pretty impressive fight from Kulab Dam, and he's well on his way, I think, to getting himself that contract.
I think this was supposed to be the big contract if he knocked out Lobo. So fair play to Lobo. I don't think he wanted to be a highlight reel for Kulab Dam, but
yeah. I think that's one of those cases where you were just mentioning maybe somebody kind of waiting and not really opening up. I feel like that's kind of what happened with Lobo there. And I was hoping that he was telling us in the interviews he was going to do some Dragon Ball Z move type of tricky stuff, try to catch Kulab Dam or get him worried about maybe some chaotic techniques, and then maybe go to work with his boxing, because Felipe has really sharp boxing too.
Yeah, works with John Hutchinson at Tiger Muay Thai. Love that guy. But yeah, Lobo is a weird one for me. I think he's overthinking things lately. He had that brilliant fight with Haggerty, but obviously was on the losing end. What I loved about Lobo before is he was chaotic, as you say. He just thrived on the chaos, and sometimes it went his way, sometimes it didn't, but he was always entertaining. But I think with the Nabil fight, he just looked so much more tentative, and kind of carried that on here. Even the Semipet rematch, he wasn't that kind of reckless Lobo, and that was good for him because he was way more measured. But yeah, there's something different about Lobo now. He's not the crazy Lobo from before, but I still love the guy. And yeah, sometimes things just don't click, and sure, next fight, both of these men will be a fun one. Dead Wang Lek split in over Pacquiao in the co-main event. What did you think of this, quickly?
That was almost like a potential for fight of the night, kind of steal the show type of a fight, because Pacquiao just turned it up. He started going to work with the clinching, a lot of knees in there, a lot of aggression. But Dead Wang Lek is just so accurate with his kicks, the timing too. He's got skills. So that was a close fight, really exciting.
Yes, I'm just going to skim through from what I saw. You can give your thoughts as well, but yes, Rustam Yunusov got a decision over
Mm-hmm.
Don King. Wasn't his greatest performance either. I think a lot of people were wondering whether Rustam might get a contract. Still only 18, I think. He's going to be waiting, isn't he? Not his best performance, right?
Not his best, but he's still undefeated, as a professional. And then at One Friday Fights, he's still unbeaten. So he's definitely going in the right direction, that's for sure. And Don King's pretty good, man. I mean, Yadlek Pet knocked him out, but Yadlek Pet is just a machine and a tank. So I mean, Don King is no easy fight. So to get a win over him, even if it's not your best performance, just needs to get back in there and keep going.
Yeah, still young. Funny, I think he has some history with Johan Ghazali from the amateurs, and he's one of these young guns. Yeah, like Freddie Haggerty as well, and Ramadan Ondash. All these guys are talking trash on each other, so future's bright. Taimu, I like this guy. He's I think the knockout black something super featherweight or something champion in Japan. Looked pretty sharp, pretty clean against Zhang Jingtao, who had knocked out Hiroki Naruro last month or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a fun fight, I thought.
Yeah, Taimu just looks razor sharp in there. Like his movement, his combinations. Some of these Japanese guys, like the probably the most elite sharp movement guy we know is Nautica, right? But like this guy had his moments where he had some really sharp, efficient, like no wasted movements. And the small gloves, I think maybe were a little bit of a problem for Zhang, which was interesting because he got that knockout against Naruo with the kickboxing rule set. But I think it was a head kick. It wasn't the hands. But really interesting fight. That was another exciting one.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Good knockout for Sanit earlier on the card against Aisaku Gasawara. There's some MMA as well. Another knockout. Dennis Andreev, first round. UD for Moises Luis Ilogon in the opener. I'm just skimming here. Anything else stood out to you, Doug? On the side?
we had the rematch of Chaba Kiao and Gus Jung, and Gus Jung did really good in the first 2 rounds, keeping the space. She needed to keep Chaba Kiao out of the pocket, and she was doing that. She was using her teep, nice long kicks, but Chaba Kiao just like is relentless with the pressure. She's short and compact and like tries to get inside. And I think Gus Jung was just playing it again a little too safe in that 3rd round and allowed Chaba Kiao to kind of come back in there and sneak out that win. But that fight was pretty good. And then Kunpon, very impressive, strong victory from that young man as well. Just clinch fighting like a master. It was like so much damage on the inside, lots of kicks. He showed like he used all the weapons of Muay Thai just beautifully. So super impressed by Kunpon as well.
Yes, knockout first round for Ayad Albada as well for Nurpet, and UD for Krisana over Commonwealth. Another good show.
Oh, yeah.
Not the best, but always entertaining.
Yeah.
Fights. It's hard to not be entertained by it.
Oh yeah, nice knockout. I think that was our Monster Energy fight of the night from Ayad, and it was his birthday, so he got the KO on his birthday. And last week he was supposed to fight the week before, and I think his opponent wasn't cleared medically. So like, I'm glad they got to get him on right away. But Krishana against Komawut was another just masterclass. Like this guy fought Komawut on the inside, almost played his game. Like they were exchanging a lot of dirty boxing, and you would expect Komawut to just go to work on the inside there. But Krishana was like just firing on all cylinders. So very, very impressive from Krishana as well.
Well, yes, it will be as always, another good show next week, I'm sure. Or this week. It's already Monday. Crazy to
It's
think.
already Monday.
I don't think the card's on their website, but I can quickly find it on my. I think I posted on IG. What are you looking forward to most this week, Doug?
Let me get it up as well, just to make sure.
Sturian Lek's main event, against Decho. A Mui from Myanmar is back. What else we got?
The Myanmar guys always.
Discussed.
Those guys always bring such a hard fight, and they always have so many fans in the stadium. So that one's always exciting. Arman Moradi, he's making his debut right before the featured bout with Alaverdi. He's been fighting a lot in Thailand here for a long time. Very strong Iranian kid, so I'm super excited to see him taking on Zhao in Chinese in kickboxing rule set. So that's going to be interesting because I've never seen him fight kickboxing. We got more Japanese warriors on here again.
Got this guy, Alex Singham will win, right? Sandro Bosi, is it? There's a lot of hype about him, I remember.
Alex Singham. Oh, yeah. I think he's a former Channel 7, if I'm not mistaken. He's either got like a Channel 7 or Omnoy Stadium belt. But he's got to be young. Is he 18 or is he? I
think so. Yeah, he just comes in with a
very
bit of hype.
Very young, very talented, for sure. So we've got so many like young, talented guys now just coming in. They're like 16, 17, 18, like those Pet brothers. Those guys are all young. They got a lot of hype, and they just go to war when they get in there. So yeah, I'm really excited to see this French kid. We got Nong M Fairtex is coming back. Yeah. She's been away from One Friday Fights for a while, so that'll be good to see kind of what she's been working on.
Yeah, it's a fun card as always. I'll be tuning in. Surian Lek returning in the main event as well. How's he not got a contract yet as well? That's crazy. Talk about Kulab Dam, but Surian Lek is just a knockout machine, a bonus machine.
Knockout machine. He trains out of that gym with Tyson Harrison, right? Yeah.
Santanoy.
I like their style over there. They all dress up like they kind of like got like this hip hop rapper kind of vibe.
Yeah, the Thai gangsters. Yeah, love it.
Moses will show up with like the do-rags on. So that's cool.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Good guys, all of them. Yeah, love them. All right, well,
yeah,
that's it. Thanks, Doug, for doing the show. Sorry to keep you up. It might be past your bedtime. Sorry.
It's all good. Thank you for having me on, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was great to chat to you, get to know you a little bit more, and get your insight on Friday fights and fight night last weekend. It was a packed weekend. Anything else coming up for you need to tell us about, or shall we just look forward to hearing that wonderful voice on Friday?
Yeah, just catch the fights, man. More of them to come. I'm pretty excited about it. Other than that, same old for me here. So just excited for this week's fights. They're going to be good again.
Yes, all right. Well, everyone follow Doug if you don't already. He's on Instagram at Muay Thai Dougie. Facebook, I don't know. You'll have to look yourself. But appreciate it, Doug. And thanks everyone else for tuning in and watching. And we'll see you all. I might return on Wednesday and do another show. Who knows? But I'll let you all know. Keith, shout out Keith. Thanks, guys. Thanks to you as well, Keith. Another one of my members. If you want to support me, like the video, subscribe, become a member if you really want to help. Otherwise, just tune in next time. We'll see you all.